I received a C plus in these courses. Should I retake them to show medical schools that I can do better? The Old PreMeds Podcast, session number 317. Welcome to the Old PreMeds Podcast. My name is Dr. Ryan Gray, your host here every week, where I take your pre-med, non-traditional pre-med questions and answer them here on the podcast. We have a very common question today about retaking a course. Before we jump in, though, I want to talk about the MCAT Minutes brought to you by Blueprint MCAT. If you are not familiar with Blueprint MCAT, go over to blueprintmcat.com right now. Sign up for a free account. Use their free study planner tool. Step one in any good MCAT prep regimen is understanding what your schedule may look like, because that may determine when you realistically are going to take the MCAT based on your class schedule, based on your work schedule, based on your family schedule, all of your responsibilities. Go check out blueprintmcat.com, sign up for their free account, use their free study planner tool to make sure you have everything kind of planned out, at least have an idea before jumping in, setting a schedule, registering, all of that for the MCAT. Again, that's blueprintmcat.com. So our question asker today says, should I retake Bio 1 and Bio 2? Hi, everyone. Thank you in advance for any input. A bit about me. I recently graduated with a psychology degree in May and will be starting a do-it-yourself postbac at another university, majoring in biological sciences. So it sounds like maybe a career changer postbac, because most likely didn't take a lot of the science prereqs. I made the decision to switch back to being a pre-med, and took pre-med classes again starting winter semester of 2021. So far, I've taken physics 1 and 2, Chem 1 and 2, retook Chem 1, and Orgo 1 between my junior and senior years. I've also taken Bio 1 and Bio 2. I'm scheduled to take pre-calc, genetics, Orgo 2 with lab, and ecology this upcoming fall semester. The thing is, however, that I honestly don't remember much Bio 1 and Bio 2, as I took them back in the fall of 2019, so a couple years ago, and was planning on retaking them, but was told by an academic advisor I couldn't since I got a C+ in both of them. I was told by my pre-med advisor that I should try emailing the department, but since I got a C+ in both classes, it wouldn't be completely ideal retaking them. My question is, should I just go ahead and take genetics and ecology, or convince the biology department to let me retake Bio 1 and Bio 2? So this question comes up all the time, and not usually in this specific way. It's an interesting question of like, hey, I got passing grades, right? Anything greater than a C is passing for prereqs. Is it great? No, but it's passing. C- is typically the you have failed a prereq. And so for a student who received a passing grade, wanting to retake the course, especially 1 and 2 together, because they want the information for kind of upper level biology type courses, it's an interesting question. I don't think you need to retake the courses. Biology 1, Biology 2 are very low-level biology courses. The other courses that you need may play a little bit into what you've learned, but you'll relearn for what you need in those courses. Let's set aside the kind of reason why you're asking the question here, because you want to take ecology and whatever the other course was. What was that other course? Ecology and genetics, Orgo 2, etc. So genetics and ecology specifically. Let's set that aside, that you're taking those two courses and you want to kind of refresh Biology 1, Biology 2. Let's just say, which is the more common question, I received a C+ in these courses. Should I retake them to show medical schools that I can do better? And the answer almost always is no, because at the end of the day, retaking a course and getting a better grade and taking a different course and getting a good grade is the same thing mathematically on your application, in your GPA trends, and all of that. Very rarely will a medical school go, you got a C+ in biology, we don't think you can handle our med school coursework, right? They're usually not getting that nitty-gritty in terms of the details of the courses that you are struggling with. And a C+ is struggling. Unless you received a C- or lower, right? C-, D+, D, D-, F, that is not passing for med school. And so if you received a C-, especially in a prereq, obviously in a prereq, the answer is yes, you need to retake that because it's not passing. And if you would enter that grade into MAPT, our free GPA tracking, activity tracking, feedback, all in one, go to mapt.com. If you were to enter a prereq as a C-, our software will say, hey, that's not passing for med school. Go talk to your advisor. A lot of students don't know that. And so they'll get to the application process and they'll apply with their C- in biology 1, but they got a B+ in biology 2, so they're like, whatever. And it's like, oh, med schools aren't going to like that C- there. Anyway, random tangent. So because you're taking them together, biology 1, biology 2, there's really not a reason you need to retake, right? You can refresh the material by looking at notes, by using YouTube, by using Khan Academy. There are lots of resources that you can use to refresh without wasting money to retake a course that you don't really need to retake. The more common version of this question is, I got a C+ in Bio 1. Should I retake before I take Bio 2? That's the more common version of this question. Let's answer that here as well. The answer to that is it depends, right? Again, it's passing for med school. So do you need to retake it? Do you need to? No. But should you? That's going to be an individual answer. Did you get a C+ because you bombed the final? You were getting A's on all your midterms and quizzes and whatever else, and you bombed the final because you were sick the night before or a family member was sick or whatever happened. And you are okay with the material, you just performed poorly on the last test. Then potentially you don't need to retake the test, the course, because you're ready to move on to the next higher level course. You have that solid foundation. But let's say you got a C+, barely, right? You were on track for a C, maybe even a C-, and you pulled it out in the end and got that C+. Then potentially the answer is you should retake Bio 1 because you're going to be building on top of that knowledge for Bio 2. And you barely got by in Bio 1. So these are all very nuanced questions with very nuanced answers. It's not as easy as, yes, you should retake, no, you shouldn't. Unless, again, specifically, if it's a prereq and it's a C- or lower, historically, generally, med schools do not accept C- or lower as passing for a course. So that's the long-winded answer to should you retake? Probably not in this specific situation, Bio 1 and Bio 2, to prepare for genetics and ecology, which, yes, they're biology courses, but they're not Bio 1, Bio 2 type courses. So you're probably okay to kind of refresh on your own, maybe look at the syllabus for those courses and go, okay, I remember a little bit of that. Let me go to Khan Academy. Let me go to YouTube. Let me look at some of these resources. Let me refresh without taking more courses. Nobody wants to take more courses. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have a question for the Old PreMeds podcast, go to premedhangout.com. That is our Facebook group specifically for all of the medical school headquarters stuff where we really focus on collaboration, not competition. Use the hashtag #OldPreMedsQuestion or non-trad question. We're always on the hunt for questions for this podcast. Don't forget to check out blueprintmcat.com. Free account, free study planner tool. Go make sure you understand what that schedule is going to look like before you jump in with both feet so that you know you're prepared for everything that is to come. Again, that's blueprintmcat.com. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time here on the Old PreMeds podcast.